Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us for our Zoom with AJ Harris. As always, please raise your hand and I will unmute you. Start with Tyler Donahue.
Good afternoon, AJ. How are you today?
Good. How about yourself?
Doing well, thank you. Curious what it meant to you to get the starting opportunity in your first Penn State game, and ultimately, how would you kind of evaluate your first matchup in an Indy Lions uniform?
I mean, it meant the world to me. Just getting my first opportunity to play for Penn State. The program is really, taking me and welcoming me in with open arms. So I just want to really go out there and leave it all out on the field for my team and my coaching staff. And I would like to say we had a pretty good showing as a defense. It was a great game. Um, the question mark has been the DB room or the corner room coming into the season, and I feel like that was just a great start off to the season for the cornerback room.
Johnny McGonigal.
AJ, thanks for your time. Much appreciated. Following up on Tyler's question, how and when did you find out that you were going to start on Saturday against West Virginia? And what was your reaction to that, if you remember from that?
It was actually the night before. We were going through our meetings with Coach Terry Smith and just going over the keys to victory for that week. And we were going over personnel, and I just remember Coach telling me that me and Jalen Kimber would get the start, and just the immediate focus, laser focus, came to my mindset, and just gratitude, thankful for the opportunity.
Daniel Gallen.
Appreciate the time today, AJ. What did you do to put yourself in that position to earn that starting job? How did you go about things this summer to be in that position?
I say by just trying my best to be in a pro. I feel like your ultimate goal is the NFL, and you can't wait to live that lifestyle or to be a pro. So I say by just priming my body and making sure I'm as ready as possible for the season, and just not leaving any stones unturned. Just making sure I do all my work, everything on my end, and just leave it up to the coaching staff because the coaching staff know what's best at the end of the day.
Seth Angle.
Hey, AJ, thanks for doing this. I guess following up on that, when we talked to Coach Franklin yesterday, he said that not just the corner, but a number of positions, there's still battles going on for that starting spot. Knowing that, what's your mentality going into this week to keep the starting spot?
Um, it's only week one. Not being too high, not being too low, staying level headed, and understand that we have a lot of games ahead of us. So just not getting too happy with week one, and knowing that it's still a lot of work that's undone on my behalf, knowing that it's still not a lot that's been showcased or put out there. So just making sure I keep my head down and just do my work.
Max Ralph.
Hey AJ, how are you?
How you doing?
I'm doing well. How difficult in practice has it been so far for the corner room to kind of adapt to what Andy Kotelnicki can do with his creativity, and especially with the two quarterback system that you guys have run a lot with Drew and Bo?
It's been great, just giving us a lot of different looks. It's tough. Every day you just know you have to be on your P's and Q's because you never really know what to expect. Um, every day it's a battle, it's war. Not to mention our wide receiver room pushes us every day. So just knowing that we're gonna get good looks, good battles every day, it's really got us prepared for the season, and yeah, I think it'll continue to show as the weeks go on.
Frank Bodani.
Hey AJ, as far as Jaylen Reed, impact, effect that he's had on you, what have you seen from him, especially if there's something that stood out to you in the first game with him at West Virginia?
I feel like Jaylen Reed jumped off the screen and everybody could see it. His work showed for himself. He's been a great leader. Just in that room, knowing what we want to get this year. He's just been good at taking all the corners under his wings, just making sure that he communicates with us, and just making sure we're always on the same page. Jay Reed is a great teammate, um, and I really appreciate him. He definitely helped calm my nerves before the game, just understanding that I had somebody that truly believed in me. He's definitely one of those teammates that you love to have and go to war with, and I can't wait to see how the rest of the season reveals for him because he had a great start to his season, and I believe he'll do nothing but get better as the season goes.
Audrey Snyder.
Hey AJ, thanks for your time today. Going off of what you just said there with Jaylen Reed, how did he calm your nerves? Like what did he say or do?
He just reminded me like it's a lot of work being put on behind closed doors. Beyond just within, what we have to do. And a lot of work was being put in with Jaylen Reed. I did a lot of work with him. We actually went out of town and got some work in Houston. And it's just great to know that somebody has your back before the game. So just going into the game, I'm a pretty confident person. But then again, it was my first collegiate start. So he just reminded me like we didn't did everything needed. We've put in all the work and took all the steps required for us to be ready for this game. So just go out there and play freely for. And I did so.
Joe Smeltzer.
Hey AJ, thanks for the time. So Saturday was your first game in Coach Allen's defense. How do you feel that defense fits what you do well as a player?
I feel like it fits me well, which was also a reason that I chose to come in here prior to making my decision. Um, Prior to me making the decision to come here, I had talks to Coach Allen about his defense, his philosophies, what he believed in, and it just aligned with winning football on the defensive side. And I believe it truly fits me. A lot of man, some zone where I can get eyes on quarterback, and I feel like that fits my game well.
Tyler Donahue.
AJ, there's obviously been a lot of talk about what Harrison Wallace did on Saturday. What did you see through 8 months, especially on field, trying to cover him, going back and forth with battles that made you know Harrison Wallace could be this kind of a dude in 2024?
Well, yeah, it was expected for me. He knows that from myself. Before the game, I was talking to him, telling him like, you know what I expect out of you. You know what this year means to us, and he did just that. Throughout the off season, I constantly seen wide receivers getting in extra work, and I believe that Harrison did a great job of just taking everybody with him and making sure that he didn't leave any stone unturned as well. I believe that a lot of people are just now getting to see the work that's been done behind closed doors. This is all expected because I've watched him work and I battle with him every day. So I expect him to continue to excel and continue to do bigger and better things because that's what we worked for this offseason.
Dan Gallen.
AJ, you started out there with Jalen Kimber. What can you tell us about his fall camp? What you saw him do to earn that spot, and what's kind of your scouting report on him as a cornerback?
Calm, cool, collected, level-headed, poised, seeing the game a lot. Knows what's coming before it comes. Someone that could kind of mentor the room in a way. Um, Jaylen has been a great teammate just because he is the older guy. So I believe that him being able to see him having the advantage of seeing it all has helped this room just stay calm, cool, and collected and level headed as well. Cause that's just the personality he has. And I believe that it kind of rubs off on our room as well in a way when it needs to. Cause I just believe that when Jaylen needs to talk, he talks and he doesn't say much. So when he does say something, everybody listens, and I believe that's helped us a lot this off season. And I believe that someone who's seen a lot of football, you kind of know what's coming, and you just play. You play freely, and with that experience, it allows you to come into the starting spot and earn it. Just because you know what's coming.
Time for two more. Seth Angle.
AJ, when you were at Georgia, you were surrounded by, a bunch of players who had maybe experienced a national championship before. Um, what exactly did you learn from being around guys like that? And do you, maybe see a similar mentality from some of your teammates at Penn State?
It's funny you asked that because yes, I've been around a lot of those players, those type of players, and still have core relationships and bonds with those players at my previous university. And I do see a lot of similarities. I believe we just need to stay in the moment and just focus on Bowling Green right now. That's all that we can control, and just not focus on any of the outside noise, and everything will take care of itself. I believe, like when it comes to that, just be where your feet are, be in the moment, and be present.
Last question, Audrey Snyder.
AJ, I wanted to go back to you said about going down to Houston this spring or summer. I guess how did the trip come together? Did any other teammates go with you and Jaylen, and who were you training with down there?
We were training with Ja'Cory one way. He's pretty sought after. A lot of NFL and college players work out with him, and a few bad. It was me, Jaylen Reed, Saki, um, who else came? It was a few back end players, and it was just some to bond, some team bonding before the season started. It was actually this summer, and I definitely believe that that's kind of what brought some of our back end together and made us such a tight knit group, and I believe that it definitely paid off.